Hey guys, this is RinKa Place and we're back at the LumineNight. And this is episode 8. So, I actually have no clue what the heck is happening here and now. I just pressed basically continue. Um, I do not actually even remember where should we be going now. Oh, it's loading again, okay. Oh, that was a little bit random, but okay. I guess it took a little bit longer to load. So, we're in the, well, street basically. Phew. Oh yeah, the Scarlet started shooting last time, right? Yeah, that's what happened. Cool. Now we know. Phew. Dodged a bullet there. One heck of a woman she is. Ben, are you okay? Are you hurt? What about Scarlet West? I'm fine, I just stunned her. Took her gun too. This gun, it's a service weapon. Did William leave this gun with Scarlet West? They gave a gun to a woman like that? Are any of the cops in this town sensible? You're right, they killed Samantha Mayer too. Guess you're right. Moving? Running away? Do you think I never tried that? Have you considered reporting it to the police? He makes the cops keep an eye on me. Everything I buy, he knows. Do you get it now? If that prick tells me to stay in this room, have to do it, even if I don't want to. So William is actually working, I think, for, well, Cardwell. She said Cardwell made the police keep an eye on her. She followed William's order, thinking that it was Cardwell's indirect order. Are you saying that Cardwell wrote those directives? Well, yes, someone had to write them. Well, that would mean that Cardwell made Ed Payne kill Scarlet, and at the same time the police sent her to a safe house beforehand to keep her alive. Yeah, what's his game plan after all? There's not the only strange thing about all of this. If Cardwell was really the murderer 10 years ago, why would he have hid his face from Scarlet West? She said he's a master of disguise. Scarlet already witnessed the murder, then he wouldn't have had to change his face the next day. If he had gone to her house just to blackmail her, it would have been more threatening if he had looked just like the murderer she saw the other day. I actually think that there are two people who are in play here. Maybe that's possible. We'll see. Well, if Carvel used disguises that often, maybe there could have been a slip-up. There might have been other witnesses too. It would be too risky to show up with the same face whenever he meets Scarlet, no? Was that really it? Sorry to interrupt you from thinking, but I think you should have a look, Detective. What's that? The newspaper? TCS fourth victim? Connor Carter found dead. It's still the same day, right? Yeah. Executive Order number 1. Breaking news, second victim murdered by TCS, fourth official victim? Connor Carter found dead? No. They found a body while we were in the hotel. It's not far from here, in an alleyway. I think it's next to the pub with a whale-shaped sign. Whale-shaped sign? I know where it is. Let's get going right away. Oh, okay. Whale-shaped sign, whale-shaped sign, whale-shaped sign. Here? No. Oh, I've entered the wrong way? Okay. How should I have known that? Okay. Huh. Connor. Who was Connor? Barseat Alley? You mean this one? Okay, I don't see the sign, but sure, let's go here. Bar Street Alleyway. It should be here, I think. The newspaper was talking about this alley. Well, there are police lines here. And a lot of homeless people. Well, even 3. One of them is wrong. Well, maybe all of them are. I guess we will ask them some questions, so we will learn. Huh, I guess they already took away the corpse. Seems like the only ones around are the homeless folks. Well, I guess dealing with the corpse is also a part of the job. Anyway, it would have been useful if we could see the scene for ourselves. Every clue counts. Couldn't we ask the bums there what the scene looked like? Them? They must be interested in the case somehow, seeing how they are just roaming around where the body was found. They would know something at least. If all they have been doing was killing time and then saw a corpse, they would remember it well. But do you think they will tell us anything? I'm a bit scared. Huh? Chasing after a serial killer and breaking into a garage wasn't scary, but this is? You have a point. Ben's right. Since the police got to the scene first, there's no way I could see the scene for myself. I should talk to those people who are roaming around the scene. Sure, let's do that. Angry homeless. Why is he angry? Yeah, I told you, man. Mary would never do something like this. Hey, hi. What have we? Wait, who are you? Did Mary send you? Who? Mary? I wanted to ask you a few questions about the corpse they found here today. So Mary didn't send you? Yeah, no. Then buzz off, kiddo. Really? Ben, come on, say something. Well, you're a kiddo. You... Understood, so we're not getting anything out of him. Let's inspect the scene. Is this where they found a corpse? It sure doesn't look like it. It seems so. It looks very normal other than the yellow tape around it, though. Not even a drop of blood. Did the cops wipe the scene clean? They wouldn't have removed the blood from a corpse that was found today. It's more likely that there wasn't any blood to begin with. Can't really trust those cops when they spread misinformation and kill people like this. We should ask the people around here to learn what the scene was really like. Yeah, but why hesitate? Because they're homeless? You're not scared of criminals, why be scared of the homeless? But they said the homeless are on drugs these days. Are you scared that they might be smackheads? I'm not exactly scared, but I can't tell what they're going to do. Well, aren't criminals worse in that regard? It's still possible to predict what a criminal is going to do from their MO. I don't think I really understand that, but still. The dope they push around here isn't really of the type to agitate you. They're usually psychedelic and downers. They're not going to go bonkers on you. Really? At school, kids say that these junkies chase after you asking for drugs. Chase you? They probably can't run. Most of the junkies here spend most of the day laying down because of all the pain. How do you know so much about them, Ben? Do you think I spent all my time chasing after Scarlet Vest after coming here? Collecting information is a fundamental thing for a reporters like myself. Unbearable pain from drug addiction? Would you say that the people there aren't drug addicts? Well, they might be spying on you in the sewers and grab your ankles and... Ooh. The bums live in the sewers? Didn't you know? Where else would they just lie around? I didn't know. I guess ignorance is a bliss, at least in your age. So, sick homeless, okay. Hey there, sir. Hey, are you alright? Where's Mary? Huh, so he wants Mary as well. Is Mary the one who is providing, like, drugs to them? What? I can't hear you. Your voice is too small. Too small? What? Mary, I'm out. No pills. Ben, what should we do? I think he's sick. He must have crawled out for another fix. Forget it. He's a lost cause. What do you mean he's a lost cause? Withdrawals. I don't think he will even be able to hear us right now. It hurts. He's in a bad state. Can't we do something for him? Mary, please. Everyone's waiting for you. Bills. That's what happens when you get into something you shouldn't. Keep that in mind. Yep. So, drunk homeless? So, he's not on a fix on drugs, so maybe he will be able to help. Hey, do you mind if I ask you a question? Huh? Who are you? New around here. No, I just have some questions about the corpse they found here. I don't know much, man. I really don't. Just tell me what you saw. Anything will do. How the corpse looked like, or if there were any odd things that stood out. Oh, yeah, it was a real horror show, you hear? The neck was blood red, and the wound was really deep. The wound was deep? The neck had red stripes like this, and that, you know? The paper said the man was choked with a thin and strong wire. That must have been from the wire. And right, someone wrote DCS on his forehead in huge red letters. But the most important thing, yes, it was that. The fella had a pill bottle that Mary uses in his mouth, yes. What? He had a pill bottle in his mouth? Mary? Who's Mary? What? You don't know who Mary is? Huh? That's it, Saint Mary of the Ollies. Old man, all the folks here are talking about that, right? You're all thinking that Mary of the Alleys killed that man. Pretty much, yeah. They don't want to say it, but they're all suspicious, you know? The dead guy, he was a bit of a dope pusher famous round these parts, huh? A dealer? Did Connor Carter push dope to the bums here? Huh, a saint would cast out a affliction, that's what they say. And Mary was furious. Oh, furious. He's the source of this affliction. Yes. I don't get it. The papers didn't say anything about the pill bottle. Are you sure he had it in his mouth? I don't read the papers. I don't have cash to pay. Then, do you know what the police said about the bottle? Alright then. See you around. Oh, he's already gone. Just like that, huh? I didn't expect it to be a cakewalk to get information, but this is confusing me even more. I showed them a photograph of Carville just in case, but I don't think any of them recognized him. They weren't very interested anyway. They were all busy arguing about Saint Mary and stuff. Yeah, Mary. Who even is this Mary, Ben? Do you know anything about her? Of course, I do. She's famous around these parts. Some would say she's the only hope for these junkies in the sewers. The only hope? She's like a saint-like nurse who cures addictions for free. Can you explain it in a way I can understand? I think the name comes from the Salty Mary legend. Salty Mary? You mean the one in the statue in front of the train station? Mary, the nurse, got rid of the terrible disease in town. That's what I've heard. And that's what this person is doing, getting rid of the terrible disease, drug addiction, from the homeless. The saint came back, so to speak. Mary, how did they know she's a woman? For some reason, she never comes out of her hideout. She only communicates with her helpers and gets just the right amount of cures to the homeless. People wondered why she wouldn't show her face. Maybe she was scared. Then they thought maybe it's because she's a woman and her handwriting was nice. Handwriting. In the end, they just figured she must be a woman. That's hard to believe. For the sick, a figure to worship like that can also help. But why did the article leave out anything about Mary or the pill bottle? Do you not understand? The police wants to push the narrative that TCS is the murderer. If the article says, but Mary's pill bottle was found on the scene, it will take away the focus. What do you think? Do you think this Mary really did it? Well, nobody knows who she really is, so it would make it very convenient to kill a person. Someone could have used her name to lure the victim in. Everybody wants to know who she is, after all. I think it's important to remember that the letters on the victim's forehead and the pill bottle in his mouth were both intentionally left on the corpse. Regardless of whether the murderer wanted to confuse people or brag about the crime, one of those names should not have been there. Two signatures at once makes it impossible to figure out who the real murderer is. That way, the murderer can hint towards his own identity. Ah, then what about this? Saint Mary was actually TCS. They're the same person? The mysterious nurse who cures people from drug addiction is a serial killer? Then do I have to talk to all the homeless folks who have received her treatment, but the addicts are a bit... I'm not sure. Candy? Maybe some of that will help. Wait, why is this in my pocket? A letter? An unopened letter? The envelope says Mary. Dear Detective Selen Foster, Detective, I won't beat around the bush. I allegedly killed Connor Carter. That is not true. And I have been framed. The newspaper articles did not report on this, but some people allege that they found one of my pill bottles on the body. Some say it was just punishment for a wicked man, but I swear on my mother's grave that I'm not a murderer. I want to prove my innocence, but I cannot be in public for reasons. Thus, I would like to ask you to conduct an investigation on my behalf. Once the true murderer is found, all misunderstandings will be cleared. If you accept this request, please go to the pharmacy downtown. My representative will be there waiting. From St. Mary. Okay. So some kind of a homeless guy, probably the angry one, who knows which one put it, I guess, in my pocket? When was it put in my pocket? She's definitely not a normal type of person if she grabs your attention this way. Yeah, that's cool actually. What should we do? Should we trust the letter? Why ask me? You're the detective Mary is looking for. You just said that Saint Mary and TCS might be the same person, Ben. It was just a crapshoot. Do you think they're the same person? I don't have enough clues. Well, you're not forced to go meet Mary. But what if she's really in a tough spot and needs my help? And how does she know that you're a detective? Maybe she knows me? Any suspects? I don't really know a lot of adults. Surely it can be a Miss Lily. Lily? Who's Lily? Lily. I don't remember Lily. Right by the pharmacy. Okay. You knew you were going to come here. Why did you hesitate so much? I mean, I didn't have a choice. It's much faster to meet Mary myself than to talk to all the homeless folks around here. That's if it goes well. She said her representative will be here soon. Come to think of it, there was no mention of what that representative looks like. Ben, what kind of person would you send if it were you? Do you think someone would look at us? So he's just chilling there somewhere stalking us? Are you going to keep standing there, Mr. Representative? Or maybe someone will give me a sign, huh? Are you Selen Foster? Oh, yes, I am. I'm a detective. Nice to meet you. I'm Nail Walker. And I'm the representative of the person who wants to meet you. That person is in hiding due to a number of reasons. Mary, right? I read the letter. A capable detective will be able to find out where this person is. I'm sorry? Mary said that you seem capable enough, but she still needs more proof. She wants you to take a test of sorts. Hey, you brought us here and now you're testing us? You're free to walk away. Your call. A test? Alright, I'll do it. Are you sure? It might be a bad prank or worse yet, a trap. I'm too busy for pranks. It's alright, I'll quit if it gets dicey. This is the first test. A white rod? Mary made this. She said the hidden letter will reveal itself once you dip it in 6 different testers. The testers will be underneath the food aisle in the pharmacy here. So, do I go and buy the testers from him? Ridiculous. Do you think this pharmacist sells anything other than drugs? What? It's a pharmacy. Why would they be selling drugs here? You really didn't know, huh? I didn't see why Mary put so much faith into you. What? That was it? That answers my questions. What do you mean? Tell me. I told you, when I came to this pharmacy late at night, people would rush in and only buy the same medicine. All the aisles were filled with the same medicine, too. Those were all drugs. This pharmacy is the reason why the homeless in Summerset became addicted to drugs. That's impossible. The dock workers smuggled in the drugs first, and that's how it started. But the reason it became so widespread is all because of this blasted pharmacy. The poor folks around here can't even go near the pharmacy during the day. The pharmacist calls the pigs to drive them out because it hurts the ambience. But once night comes, the pharmacy opens up shop like nothing happened. It's much cheaper, and the more you take, the less pain you have. They all have been buying Max Cure here, not knowing how dangerous it is. You are the vermin, Magnus. You made it so that the workers had no choice but to rely on Max Cure and the other drugs. Max? My cousin's dog is also called Max. Anyway, is there anything wrong with Max Cure? It looks like a hell of a pill, works wonders too. But once you start taking it, you start getting addicted to the drug in it. After you get to the point where a box full of Max Cure isn't enough, that's when you really start craving for the real stuff. My god. If that's really true, Summerset is one of the most grim places I have ever been to. How did the city let it get this bad? The pigs, they just let it slide. They're all on the same side. Anyway, if you want to use the testers, you'll have to figure something out. What should we do? Why don't we just wait until tomorrow? The pharmacy should be working like normal during the day. That would be too late. The deal is called off if you can't do it now. Then let's do this. I'll first draw the owner's attention. And then? You take as much testers as you need and quietly go outside. That's a good plan. That's stealing. I'll pay for the pills. What was it? Max Cure? I'll buy all of it and dump it in the sewers. Oh, I wouldn't do that if I were you. Some folks out here would drink the sewers dry. You're joking, right? Phew, I really don't want to steal, but my hands are tied. Wait, I'll just sneeze my nose a little bit. 1 second. Yeah, I'm back. I'm still sick, so yeah. Well, I'll distract him now. Good luck. Are you sure we want to do this? If he catches you, just say that I made you do it. So much for the Guardian Act. Well, I used to be one, but now I'm an assistant. Phew, you said it's on the food aisle, right? Oh, pharmacist, help me. Young man, having some back pain? Here, take a painkiller, 50 cents, just 50 cents. Wow, okay, that's cheap. No, I don't need no painkillers, give me a proper pill. This is a painkiller, it also cures you. It's cheap and it works. What do you take me for? I've never even heard of a pill like that. Just take this one, alright? No, give me that thing. I always take that. Man, you talk a lot for a sick guy. He really is forcing him to buy the drugs. I never knew things like this were happening right next to me. I should first look for the testers Mary mentioned. Okay, are we inspecting the aisle? Sure. The entire aisle is filled with Mac's cure. It wasn't like this during daytime, so he really switches out the products at night. If even the police are turning a blind eye on this, how are we supposed to stop this? Yeah, good question. Are we inspecting him? Sure. So just give me the purple one, right? No, no, no. Not even a back-flipping elephant will make me change my mind. I should get it over with as soon as possible if that keeps going on. Things might get dicey real soon. Yeah, okay, sure. So, medicine cabinet here? Here's the foodstuff aisle. Is it in the drawer here? Let's see. Some testers. It's all mixed up. Is it supposed to be like this? What if I dip the rod into the tester? The letters do show up, but I don't think it's what I need. Maybe it's because the testers are all mixed up. I should separate it all up and organize them by color. So this is also good for diabetes, yeah? Yeah, I told you. How many do you need? Good. My aunt is diabetic. Her dog's called Max, you know? Bet she would love this. Tell me how many boxes you want already. I should hurry up. So... okay, so it's this task, huh? Sure, let's do this. Well, yeah, I guess it will be possible to complete this for us. So that's full, huh? Oh, there's an empty one there. Huh, which one should we put? Maybe let's go with blue. For now. Yeah. Well, at least I'm proceeding here. Pretty okay. So that's full already, good. What else do we need? Orange could go right here. Pink, well, let's put it here then. As that one is full. Well, we can put now pink here, I guess. Orange. Yellow right here. Cool, I think... wait, we're done, right? Yeah, it worked. It's all separated. Now, if I dip in the stick in order... good, seems like it worked. Let's see. A Study in Scarlet? Arthur Conan Doyle's Study in Scarlet? This is Sherlock Holmes novel, Arthur Conan Doyle. That's the only thing there, only the title. A book. Maybe I should go look for it at the bookstore. Yeah, that was what I was thinking, at the library, but the bookstore works as well. So, 15 in total? Oh man, no. The daughters have immunity and aren't sick, yeah? Just count the sons. Okay, then 12? No, that's not it. You need to count their sons too. You imbecile. Who do you think you're playing games with? Tell me the number. That's funny how Ben's playing the pharmacist. I think I should leave before Ben is kicked out. Yeah, let's do that. So, Ben, I guess, will not buy anything in the end. Oh, what a lowmouth. He must have spent all his money to find ways to make his voice louder. Good work, Ben. What about the testers? Did it work? Yeah, I think we should go to the bookstore now. At this hour? Wouldn't they be closed? I think they were still open. That's a relief. Where's that Nail Walker guy? Where did he go? I don't know. Maybe he left first. Or maybe he's waiting for us at the bookstore. Ah, so he's our door opener, huh? Let's go to the bookstore. So where is the bookstore? On the right somewhere? Yeah. Must book. Oh, here's the entrance. Okay, but there are two doors. Well, okay. Bookstore. Yeah, I know that I'm in a bookstore. Wait, I didn't catch what day it is, but it's probably still 13, right? Huh, can't see him around here. You mean Nail Walker? I thought he would be waiting for us. Come to think of it, if we were supposed to be at the bookstore, I don't think he would be waiting for us. He wouldn't give out hints like that, would he? Speaking of a test, huh? Anyway, let's look for A Study in Scarlet. It's a famous book from the Sherlock Holmes series, so a copy should be here somewhere. Series Detective, okay, not here. Sherlock Holmes. Right here, complete Sherlock Holmes collection. I knew it would be somewhere easy to find. It's that popular? Maybe I should give it a read sometime. Are you serious, Ben? You have never read Sherlock Holmes? How can you call yourself a reporter? What? That has nothing to do with being a reporter. There are some famous detective novels here. So, A Study in Scarlet, right? That's what we need. Yeah, let's take that out. Here it is. This book. What's wrong? The pages in this book, they're stuck closed. Huh? This isn't a book, it's a model. Did you find the real book behind it? Well, no. That's the only copy here. Maybe the model is supposed to mean something? Well, I think we should tell the owner that he only stocked a model book. He was at the cashier. Let's go talk to him. Or is there something else? Nope. Okay, yeah. Let's do that. Excuse me, I want to talk to you about this book. Mary sent you, I assume. Huh? How did you know? Here, this is the book you want. Okay. Can I have the model back? Thanks. What did he say? Did he give you the proper book? Well, he just immediately noticed that Mary sent us as soon as he saw the book. At least the guy here is agreeable. So, what does the book say? I should give it a read now, but there's something between the pages. A piece of paper? What is this supposed to mean? Is this the next text? I think the text seems to be cut off. There are holes in the paper too. I wonder what Mary wanted to tell me with the book and the paper with holes. Well, we have to align it somewhere. Yeah, the question is where exactly? It's from each page, I guess we have to do this. Okay. Bookstore owner. I just talked to the owner though. Is there something else? Maybe I should talk to the owner again later? Oh, so I got everything what I needed from this page. Damn. Oh, something was appearing here. Oh, damn. Okay. No. Oh, there's text there as well, so it can't be that low as I was looking. Yeah. Huh. Is there an easier way to somehow do this? It could be also like this. No, I don't think so. It's probably like this because it's separated like that. What happened there? I do not know. How did it appear there? What's happening? Why is it being resetted? Okay, I don't know. Let's start from The site go by each page, by each place, more or less. Each line. Okay, that's not it. A little bit up. Yeah, no. Again, up a little bit. Here it is, finally. To rosemary. Okay. So now we done. Oh, I found it immediately. Nice. 9 edelweiss. That's also a flower. 9. Oh, so that's kinda it. Bookstore owner, 2 rosemary, 9 edelweiss. Okay. Bookstore owner, 2 rosemary, 9 edelweiss. Huh. There's nothing special about the rest of the pages. The book's just a book, but the text on those pieces of papers intrigues me. I think we should ask Mary ourselves. I should talk with the owner about the words we found here. Sure, let's do that. So about this book. What will be your first flower? What? Flower? First flower. Oh, wait. Rosemary, I think? Right? What? Come on, what did they say previously? 2 rosemary and 9 edelweiss. Okay, rosemary, yeah. What will be your second flower? Edelweiss. Edelweiss. How many of them do you need? So it was, what, 2 and 9. So 11. I think you should reconsider. What? 2 rosemary and 9 edelweiss. Reconsider? What the heck? I don't know what he's talking about, but it feels like... What will your first flower be? What the heck? It was definitely... I don't understand. 2 rosemary. 2 rosemary, 9 edelweiss. That's also a flower. 9. 2 rosemary, 9 edelweiss. Rosemary. Edelweiss. How many of them do you need? Oh, edelweiss. How many of them do you need? So, 2 rosemary, 9 edelweiss. Yeah. What about rosemaries? 2. Good. Well done. Hey, so what about this book? You won't need it anymore. Here, take this. Why are you giving me this? Mary wanted the pipes fixed. I could do it for her, but she insisted for the detective. I mean, that's no matter, but Ben, have you fixed pipes before? No. Anyway, what's wrong with it? Why would the detective have to look at it? I don't know. Either. She just told me she wants the pipes next to the black door in the alleyway fixed. The black door in the alleyway. Well, I guess we don't need special plumbing skills to do it, yeah? I guess so, yeah. By the way, do you mind if I ask you about your relationship with Mary? Relationship? Well, Mary helped me out a lot. And that's why I'm helping Mary. That's really it. So, you're working together. You could say that, yes. How many people have met Mary in person except for you and Mr. Walker? I suppose us two are the only ones. Too many chefs can spoil the broth, as they say. Okay, good saying. So this test must be coming to an end then. I think you should get going. Mary will be waiting for you. Okay, thanks. I should look for the pipes next to the black door. There should be an alleyway right next to the bookstore. So yeah, let's leave. Here? Yeah. So black door. This is the black door, and oh, pipes are here. Look here, this must be it, right? The black door and the pipes. There's a ton of them. Yeah, I think this is it. Guess we're meant to fix this. We got the right place, but we don't know what's broken, and how are we supposed to fix it then? Well, maybe we should connect all of them together so that they're all connected. I'll start from the bottom, you work on the top side. So, we have, what? Blue one, and wait, there are 2 blues for some reason. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. And there are pretty much multiple ways of how we could go, but we cannot go here, so not really then. So that's why there are 2 blue pipes, huh? Yeah, this doesn't matter that much. Won't change a thing for now. Oh, so that's like it for the blue ones. Okay. That's one orange done. Oh, like this, yeah. Got it, it's all connected. And the colors all match with each other. That was quick. If you're done there, can you help me out here? Oh, this is much more complex. I wonder how the pipes can be broken like this. Yeah, maybe it got hit by lightning. Yeah, well, there's a lot more here, huh? Yeah, okay. This one needs to go there, so yeah, it's a lot more complicated. Huh. This one should be going like this, I guess. The question is where to next. Here's kinda the unknown. Like this. So blue is going in there, orange here. Yeah, we have basically to do multiple ones at the same time. Yeah, this is probably for the orange. So how do I change this? To go down? Yeah, this seems to work. Yeah, this has worked as well. Wait, oh, yeah, this works fine so far. But I only need one green pipe. Yeah, so that's a little bit problematic. I don't know, let's continue and check how can we solve it. To make it one. I guess this has to go down. Yeah, I am a little bit problematic. Oh wait, green has to go there as well and orange there as well. Oh damn, I didn't see those things. Okay, so that means what? That the pipes do actually have to be separated. This mixes up now. Do we do it like this then? Orange goes here. One orange. Oh, it's not solved anymore. Okay, that's bad. What the heck is happening here now? Yeah. Yeah, that's bad. Ah, damn. Okay, yeah, I got a little bit lost here. So this one, well, I guess we should leave this one. It's like, looks like it's the correct one. But we're in trouble with all the other ones. Mostly, yeah. Uh-huh. Green one going here. Well, yeah, that goes down there. That's kind of good, but other things, I'm not sure if they're good. This one's going here. If we swap these. Damn. I would like actually to reset this and restart from the beginning, because I'm a little bit lost. Yeah, this now goes... probably the thing is with this one, the issue. But yeah, there's no way to solve it right there. Here, no. Here, no. Oh, well, somehow I have to make this green and that one blue. Yeah, not an easy task, I guess. Uh-huh. Yeah, that still doesn't work, as this pipe is left basically nowhere with no connection, and this definitely has to be connected with this one, as otherwise it doesn't work. Well, here's the multiple connections that can be made here. This one is a little bit lost, so this definitely has to be here. But the issue is, where does it further on go? Yeah, okay, green. Like this. But it just goes to the wrong hole then. Unless we change it with this one like this. Yeah, that's a little bit better. So this one's is the one who's not making it work for me. Okay, green. So that's a decision that we can make. We made some kind of a decision here. Can I swap any of the pipes here somewhere? Yes, we can do that. This now doesn't make a lot of sense. What about here? Well, we were able to swap these pipes, but this one doesn't work in any other way. So that would have been an issue. If this one operates like that, where kinda in trouble unless we change it up a little bit, but no, I think it was okay. Wait, I just messed it up. Yeah, let's leave it like this for now. Okay, let's leave the blue one there. Let's try to make it something else. Oh, I fixed it. And that's it. But this pipe goes with green ones. It isn't actually it. And that is it. What? But that's not how it was supposed to go. Okay. Um, no clue. Ben, that was it, right? We're done. Yeah, we're done. But what now? I suppose you could come inside before anyone sees you. Ah, don't scream. They're out there listening. Neil, where were you? Downstairs here, behind this door. The tap started working again, so I figured you two got here. You could at least have let us know. Popping up like that would scare anybody. Sorry. Is the test over now? Yeah, we're running out of time ourselves. Can't make you run errands forever. Follow me. Watch your step. It's out of here. Well, the tests were kinda strange, and I do not know how this would prove that we're a detective. They were a little bit too simple, basically, but okay. How deep do we have to go? I feel like a mole. Hang in there, Ben. You have been through wars at Brucewick's basement. Why does everyone here insist on being underground? Humans are meant to live breathing fresh air. We're here. Is this a laboratory? The owner doesn't really like loud noises, so I advise you to keep it quiet. Alright, pipe down now, Ben. Ouch. Mary, the detective is here. You're late, Selen. I thought you would be faster. You must be Mary. No, Charlotte Foster. Forrest, right? Charlotte Forrest, right? Wait, you two really knew each other? I've never talked to her in real life, but if she knows my name, I thought that she must be a Charlotte Foster who performed the autopsy in the case 10 years ago. She knew my dad well. Yes, that's right. Did William tell you about it? Yes, I know you asked for her help, but can you answer some questions for me? I guess you got a few questions for me. Make it quick, though. Why and when did you start hiding away like this? Neil, what day is it today? It's October 13, 1960. Then I have been here around 9 years and 349 days? Let's say I have been here for 10 years, for simplicity's sake. My god, 10 years. Did you commit a crime or something? Abuse of corpse, illegal residency, illegal prescription of medicine. I've committed my fair share of crimes. I suppose this town's sheriff would know all about my crimes. Did William tell you anything in specific about me? He just said you were a good doctor that my dad trusted. Not much then. I'm glad that at least he treated you well. After all 10 years have passed already. I already know that the Summerset Police Department is corrupt. I don't know why it had to be this way, but... yeah, he's the sheriff too. Summerset's done for. Done for? What else did William do? It goes back a while. Are you fine with that? Of course. I would like to learn more. 10 years ago, right around this time of the year, I read the newspaper and I immediately knew it. Whoever killed Alexander Vane also killed the police commissioner. Detective Foster asked me to perform an autopsy on the first victim, so I was wondering why he didn't ask for another autopsy on the second. I went to the police station and asked around, but they said they didn't need an autopsy and kicked me out of the station. They also stuck this letter Mr. Bryan wrote in the bin too. Brian? Is he the owner of the bookstore? That's right. He asked for an autopsy on his second son, who committed suicide 10 years ago. Stephen Bryan was a promising young city councilor who was known for his bright demeanor. People liked him. He's the one who looked after his parents when his brother committed suicide from the PTSD he got from the war. And one day Stephen just turns up as a corpse. No way his parents could just take the word for it and accept that his son committed suicide out of nowhere after being blackmailed. Anyway, this letter made me think that something's really off. They could have skipped the autopsy on the commissioner's corpse since it's clear how he was killed. But they didn't have to silence Stephen's parents like that, did they? Unless they had a reason to not perform the autopsy. So the autopsy report that... I know it was a crime, but I couldn't just let it go. His parents wanted that too. So that's why you said you were guilty of abusing a corpse. It didn't take long to realize that Stephen didn't suffocate. He was also poisoned. He was poisoned with the same poison that killed Alexander Vane. So that means it was the third murder, yes? I knew I had to send it in the report even if it comes back to haunt me. But then I thought to myself, what if the report goes straight to the bin, just like Mr. Bryan's letter? They said Detective Foster's on an assignment far away, and the only person I could trust was his partner William Russell. William asked me to come to the morgue that night as soon as he read a copy of the report. He said there was something about the corpse I needed to see. When I got to the morgue, he knocked me unconscious and locked me in a huge box. What? William did that? I suppose he didn't think I could find a way out of it. Well, I did almost die, but I made it out in one piece. It was good that I learned how to swim. I'm guessing he threw the box with you inside straight in the ocean. How could he? Yeah, he is, well, 100% in the mafia. Now I don't know. I was pretty, I don't know, sure previously as well, like 90 something percent, now it's 100. And you have been in hiding ever since? The cops would think that I drowned to death. So you're like an illegal immigrant of sorts. It was such a relief that Mr. Bryan decided to protect me. I know it would be difficult to just believe a total stranger who insists she's a doctor. And what about the cellar? Right, above us is Mr. Bryan's bookstore. Have you ever thought of leaving Summerset? That would have been the best choice, or I could have went back to my family. But I was curious. I wanted to know who turned Summerset into this mess. At least from what I remember, the Summerset police were people who were trying their best to catch criminals and bring them to the light of justice. A murderer swallowed up the city whole, and I suppose William Russell became the sheriff because he was working for whoever that is. I can't believe it. Summerset was under control by a criminal for 10 years. Summerset changed a lot for the better over the last 10 years. The quiet seaside town turned into a city of neon sign lights and entertainment. Do you know how all of that happened and all of a sudden? Well, I've only heard that after the docks were built, companies slowly started moving here from Pimstown and more people were employed. No business based in a big city would gain anything by moving its operations to Summerset. What was behind Summerset's growth was the immense amount of money earned through smuggling drugs at the docks. What? Smuggling drugs? Stephen Bryan worked for the Trade and Accounting Division of the City Council before he died. The murderer killed Stephen because he could have interfered in whatever crooked business he was planning to operate at the docks. That's... how could he? I had no idea. I had no idea things like that happened here. It's only natural you don't. I only found out after I met Neil. I did everything I could to find more information about the murderer and got in contact with Glucose. The dock workers union? The people at the glucose learned all that by experience. They realized what they were shipping at the docks. We tried to form a labor union and try coming up with a solution, but that max curse. It would have been a matter of time for all the dock workers to become addicted, seeing as to how everyone got to know it was in their arm's reach. And that's how everything started at the docks. If only we got in contact with Mary earlier, we could have stopped all of this from happening. No use crying over spilt milk. The only reason why I could try contacting you was because of the anti-addiction pills. If that didn't happen, we wouldn't be here like this. But the glucose are no more now. They're no use to you anymore, Mary. Well, treatment had to come first, after all. And it was some help anyway, since we learned a bit more about Taylor Cardwell Scott. Wait, did you just say Taylor Cardwell Scott? You know him too. Good. I knew Detective Foster's daughter had some of his wits in her. I was collecting information from people who could have known Cardwell just now. How is that related to the docs, though? Cardwell, he was the glucose lawyer. A lawyer, I see. Did he look like this? I haven't met the guy in person, so I'm not sure. Is this what he looks like? Well, it's true that he used this face for a while, but according to someone who knows Cardwell well, it's just one of his faces. She said Cardwell always puts on a new disguise whenever he meets people, so nobody would know his real face. So, he's a bit more meticulous than we thought. Disguises, huh? Mary, that's ridiculous. We're not stupid. How could we not have recognized him? You already know that only 8 people work on the docks. I'm guessing you wouldn't always run into each other. But if someone among us is in disguise, we would still know. What are you talking about? Cardwell is at the docks right now? It's just what you have heard. I'm thinking that Taylor Cardwell Scott, who must be behind everything, is one of the 8 or actually 4 people remaining at the docks right now. And that's because a total of 3 dock workers have been killed by TCS, including Connor Carter, who was found on the alleys. What? 3 victims? A few hours ago I found Connor Carter dead, laying on the alley. There was a wound on his neck that indicated choking. TCS was written on his forehead too. Before I called the cops, I took one of my pill bottles and put it in the corpse's mouth. Why did you do that? I was wondering what the police were thinking about. They were busy trying to keep radio silence, and now they're putting out murder announcements under TCS's name and all. If that corpse wasn't the cops' doing, the mysterious pharmacist Mary would also be a suspect. That's what I was aiming for. But they didn't mention a single thing about Mary and just claimed it was TCS. Yep, because cops are doing that. Well, I knew it would happen. Can you not use your name when you do something like that? Everyone's worried sick about you. I get to decide where to use my name. Then, the thing about how you were framed for the murder. I lied, I'm sorry. But I didn't think it was a good idea to tell you everything when I didn't know you would help me or not. It's nothing to be sorry about. I think it was a good move. I think I would have been suspicious of you if you said you tampered with the scene. By the way, when did you put that letter in her pocket? I heard that a girl was interviewing some homeless folks dressed in Detective Foster's coat, so I asked Neil for a favor. Apologies. Huh, sleight of hand, huh? So, after you reported it and it was on the papers, what happened? You said 3 people were killed. I read the article and was thinking what could have happened, and Neil came to see me. He said 2 of his colleagues at the docks were killed, so he had reported it to the cops. And even Connor Carter was a member of the glucose who went missing about 2 weeks ago. Missing? Can you tell me more about what happened in those 2 weeks? I honestly have no idea what he was thinking about. Connor used to work on the cranes like I did, and he always said he cut ties with his family. But for some reason, he had a change of heart and said he's going back to his hometown. Maybe it was just an excuse? If he was found in the alley, it must mean that he was staying in Summerset the whole time. I suppose so, I just don't know why Connor did that. But anyway, after he vanished, it was just like usual for the next 2 weeks. With one less people, we all became busier, but we made it work, sharing work and all. But after I got off work, I found 2 of my coworkers dead. When do you usually get off work? 7 in the evening. Can you explain what you saw at the scene? The 2 of them, they're Oliver and Thomas, and they were each found dead in the quarters and the maintenance room. We found this on the maintenance room floor. A wire, a barber wire. Look at the handle. Taylor Cardwell Scott? This couldn't be. It doesn't have any fingerprints, but the pattern on the wire matches the wound on Connor Carter's neck. A luminol reaction found blood on it as well. But that's just dumb to put on your name on a barbed wires. Well, on the wires. Like, it would be too obvious. I think someone is blaming TCS for all of this doing, or because it's just dumb. Since the blood sample taken from Connor Carter's body and the one from the wire turned out to be identical, I concluded that this wire was used to choke him to death. So, he intentionally dropped a weapon with his name on it, like he wrote TCS on Carter's forehead? What about the 2 people murdered in the docks? Were those 2 also choked to death with this wire? I think that's what happened to Thomas in the maintenance room. The wire was found right next to the corpse, after all. But Oliver, who we found in the quarters, didn't have any wounds like that. The fact that even a single victim was killed the same way matters. That should mean that the same person killed Connor Carter outside of the docks, and the 2 people inside. He choked Connor Carter to death on the alleyway using a wire, then went to the docks with that tool to kill 2 more? You said one of the 4 people in the docks would be the murderer. Is there a reason why you think so? First of all, the 3 victims were all glucose members. This implies that someone who knew how the dock workers worked and the insides of the docks well committed the crime. Also, since the docks were seriously understaffed, Neil is the only person with a good alibi during the time crime could have happened. And the other 4 don't? Each person has to do what the tens of people would do, to say the least. We hardly see each other while we're working. So you don't exactly know what each of you are doing. I'm more surprised that you all run the entire docks without a supervisor. Everyone who could have left already did. Only a few good people who can trust each other are the only people left. Neil, what's your alibi? Anyone there can hear the cranes when I'm running them. Everyone heard that all day. If everyone constantly heard a noise, that could be a good alibi. It faces the ocean on 3 sides, and the entrance is strictly restricted. The main gate is the only entrance, and it only opens when Thomas presses a button. Thomas also leaves a note whenever the doors opens or close, and we found out that only we were the ones who come inside. So you're saying that one of you must be the murderer because nobody else could have come inside? That's right. I would rather not believe that any of us could have done that, but still. Isn't it too early to be sure? You said that docks face the ocean on 3 sides. Someone could have taken a boat. Well, we thought so too at first. It's very likely that it was a person who knew the dock workers well. If the victims saw a stranger in the docks, they would have noticed, but Neil said he couldn't find any proof that they fought back. Maybe the murderer could have ambushed them from behind. Well, I don't think so. It looked like Oliver died after eating a poisoned stew. A poisoned stew? He wouldn't have eaten a stew a complete stranger gave him, and he wasn't in the station to be eating anyway. Aaron, the chef, made the stew during lunch too, so it's not something that a stranger would have fed him. So the conclusion is that one of the dock workers killed the two. What did the police say? Are they on their way? No, they told me that they have many murders to investigate and order, and I should go back and wait. Wow, that's complete nonsense. They should have at least sent a few officers. That's ridiculous. This is the perfect chance to arrest TCS. They weren't even listening to me. That's why I came here to talk to Mary. I couldn't just go back like that. Yeah, Charlotte could figure out who the real murderer is. There's a trustworthy detective right here, though. Selen, it's you. You're the trustworthy detective. Are you sure? Who else then? But I'm not a real detective. I thought as much at first when I heard about Detective Foster, who found the real murderer at Hotel Clara. Huh? How does she know about that? Was it the employees at the hotel? Detective Foster, more like Detective Kelvin Foster, I thought. Or maybe he came back after all this time. But I didn't know that you had already become such a good detective yourself. I thought I can trust his daughter with this, and that's why I brought you here. I could arrest TCS and uncover the truth behind the police and the case from 10 years ago. Can I? I honestly didn't understand why you would give this job to a little girl, but I think Selen could do it. You saw me for the first time today, Neil. Do you trust me? You didn't take long to finish the test Mary gave you, and you took it very seriously too. I know that you will try your best to find the murderer. You said it yourself, didn't you? It doesn't take a genius to be a detective. The drive is what makes fun. The detective with the strongest drive right now at Summerset is you, Selen. And wouldn't that be why Mary wants you to crack this case? That's right. I'll find who did it, and I'll reveal the truth behind everything that happened. And then you could come back upstairs, Charlotte. That's the spirit. You wanted to ask me some questions, but somehow I just blabbered on about myself. We don't have much time, but I could still answer some questions. Who knows, maybe I will have some information that you will find valuable. You don't have much time, but the same thing is again being repeated. So we'll go from the beginning basically. The ether and the poison. I want to ask you about the poison used against the victims 10 years ago. Recently I have found out that this poison has something to do with a flower called Black Daturas. I was wondering what you thought of that as a doctor. You were looking into that poison? Impressive. And you're right, I've found some information about how that poison works. Seriously? I've been at work for the last 10 years. The black datura only exists in theory. Not much is known about the plant. You could say that it's an artificially mutated version of the datura. Instead of blooming in white, it blooms a black flower. Genetically speaking, it's unable to reproduce, but it can act as a vector that can compound with some chemicals. Mary, I think you should think as if you're explaining this to a 5-year-old. Well, think of it as a school bus. A very toxic chemical gets on the school bus. While it's on the bus, it can't get off. The bus keeps the poison inside for a long time, and after a certain time the poison gets off the bus, and if this happens inside the human body, as soon as the poison gets off the bus, it spreads to the entire body. If it exceeds the fatal dose, you would die instantly. Normally, the effect of a poison like that is very strong. It would not take long to kill a person. But if you use the black datura flower as the school bus, so to speak, you can delay the poison from being activated. The school bus is temperature-sensitive vector, so if the body temperature drops after death, it will absorb the poison in the body again. And that's why the toxology test couldn't detect anything. Do you follow? Damn, it's like, okay, an invisible poison. That's just like the autopsy results from 10 years ago. It took a long time for the victim to die after his last meal, and no poisons were found. Charlotte, that's amazing. How did you learn that the black datura was used as an ingredient? It was a coincidence. I happened to buy a botany book before, and the page on the black datura had some sort of printing error. Later, I remembered that I lent this book to your father, Kelvin Foster. I thought this must have something to do with the case. So that's why I spent time trying to find out more about the black datura. I couldn't make it as black as the real thing with the instruments I had on hand, so I can't be 100% sure. Wait, can I take a look at that book for a second? Yeah, of course. This page from the paperback, I'm sure it's just like the pattern I found in the cipher on the back of the hardcover and the one on the newspaper. The two books share the same content. Then, if I know what it says about the black datura, I can match the alphabets in the same location one by one to crack the cipher. So that was why the page on the hardcover was ruined. Charlotte, this page has the same pattern as the cipher on the newspaper. Remember the one TCS demanded to be cracked? Are you sure? It really is, huh? I thought it could have been a cipher, but I've tried for 10 years, but I still couldn't. It really would have been quicker to research it from scratch than to crack the cipher. This clue isn't enough. But if I guessed right, and I can learn what alphabets match with what using the codebook page from Kafra, maybe we could crack the cipher by using your research to restore the book on the black datura. Right, that would be like a crossword puzzle in a prose. But there's a big problem. I lost it. The datura research papers are gone. In this room? Someone robbed this place some time ago, and I think the robber took it with some other stuff. No. Sorry, I have never thought of solving it that way. I can't believe I forgot that. All of this was worthless. Don't be sorry about it. Discovering how the poison works is really great anyway. It's just my hypothesis that it might crack the cipher anyway. All experiments and research are based on hypotheses, and you need to apply that hypothesis to real life to find out anything. I don't have it on text, but I will try to remember what I had. While you are at the docks, I'll try to recover as much information as I had on the black datura. Please, but could I have the samples you showed me? Of course, here. Thanks. We're finally getting a bit closer to the answer. So, this is how Bruce Vick's wishes come true. There are pages that look like ciphers. Oh, by the way, I saw a censer full of black datura petals. A censer? You know, the ones they use in churches. Some white-robed people hold it like this, robed. Did you know that people would burn datura petals in a censer like that? I haven't heard of it being used like that. If anything, I don't think people should. It will probably cause a strong psychedelic effect on whoever is near the censer. A psychedelic effect? Where did you find the censer? So, it's like a hidden bar. It's a bit of a long story. Alright, so there was a space like that inside a hotel room. Do you think someone might have used that to kill Samantha Mayer, using the smoke to put her into a trance and all? Yeah, that could have happened, but I have a different idea. A different idea? What's that? You remember the jewel of Atlantis, the Viking princess treasured fountain pen? Of course I do. Officer Gregory burned it, though. Viking princess? And Atlantis? Now that's a load of nonsense. That thing is not a treasure. Of course, however. What if you get someone a bit tipsy, then put them in a trance with the smoke, and then put the treasure on auction? Are you saying people could have been tricked into believing that the fountain pen was a treasure, so that they would pay fortunes to buy it in an auction? I can't believe people can be that stupid. It might be possible if you burn enough petals, that is. A copy of the Mona Lisa was hung on the wall in that bar. Do you think it would be possible to trick people into believing it is the real thing? Definitely. That's ridiculous. Then all of the paintings on the wall were fenced paintings without any sort of artistic value, all prepared by Paratus Dextra. Summerset. Somehow, this town doesn't stop shocking me. Yeah, lots of things need to be set straight. We don't have much time, but I could still answer some questions. Who knows? Maybe I'll have some information that you will find valuable. Sure, Cardwell and TCS? If Cardwell is the real murderer from 10 years ago and owns the Summerset docks, that means that all the victims like Scarlet West were in Cardwell's plans from the get-go. Yeah, and that's why he could have pulled the murder announcement off. I'm guessing that he was also behind the glucose members being addicted to drugs. What kind of boss would do that to their employees? For what? Glucose was preparing to blow the whistle on the illegal business and the docks. If they all became drug addicts, they won't be able to do that, and that really did happen too. But still, if he loses that many employees at once, wouldn't that also damage his business? Employees can be replaced. It's not like the dock workers needed special qualifications anyway. The owner must have thought of it as a way to accept small losses and stay in business for longer. Owner, more like criminal scum that. Maybe he's using this chance to liquidate everyone who knows about the secret behind his business. Then, are you saying TCS is actually trying to kill all the glucose members? Lunatic, he won't get away with this. We're not going to let that bastard do that to us. If that is really the case, we need to find the murderer before the police does and let press from other towns know. He won't leave the docks until his job is done. Now is the only chance. I'll go and I'll find who the real murderer is. I won't let anyone, nobody, is getting killed from now on. We don't have much time, but I could answer. She just finishes her, dialogue with the same sentence. That's a little bit, weird and off. I wanted to ask you about Connor Carter's corpse. You're the only one here who saw the scene, Charlotte. Can you tell me more about what you saw when you first found the corpse? Of course, it was around 5. I was coming back after looking for some clean water I was going to use in an experiment. I was walking through an alley and I saw a black tarp spread over a sewer grate. And I thought I saw a person underneath the tarp. When I lifted it, I found a corpse. I already told you about what the corpse looked like when I found it. The wound wasn't interrupted and it looked like it went all around the neck. I also found that a wire must have been wrapped around the neck and then tightened from behind. It wasn't a huge wound, but there was a resistance wound. It must mean the murderer hit Connor Carter from behind. I didn't have the time to take off his clothes, so I couldn't check if there were any blood clots on his back or his buttocks, but I couldn't see any on the bottom of the body anyway. Oh, I would check for blood clots because that lets me roughly estimate when someone died or when a body was thrown away. Time of death. Okay, if Cardwell was in disguise among the dock workers, Connor Carter couldn't have died later than this morning. I would guess so, too. Nobody left the docks after our shift started. In the early morning? I don't think that's very likely. Normally, bodies that have been dead for 10 or more hours would be severely rotten. You're saying the body hasn't started rotting? Yeah, and the body was laying down on the grate. If it was there for 10 or more hours, the backside would have had an imprint of the grate. The marks I found on the arms and legs didn't seem to be that deep, though. As a forensics doctor, can you give me an estimate as to how long Connor Carter's corpse could have been there for? I can give you an educated opinion based off that short look, but I would say the body was only there for 5 to 6 hours. That's strange. If Cardwell was here all day, he could not have killed Connor Carter in the alleyway. Are you sure that nobody went in and out of the docks We have two drivers who deliver shipments outside the docks, but then one of them must have been it. We have reason to believe one of them was following his usual work routine, and the other driver is Oliver Frank. He was killed today. You have reason to believe? He is called Derek. What he does is to transport the seafood we import at the docks to the facilities where they are processed. Then he ships the processed food back to the docks. Since Derek's truck was full of the shipment he was supposed to deliver, I think it's fair to assume that he didn't do anything else outside. He just did his job. But he could have snuck some shipments in or something, no? We don't have a lot of stock going around in the docks. I don't think he would have done that. But since nobody actually knows if he was busy working all day or not, you have a point. He might not be completely innocent. But if there is a secret pathway somewhere in the docks that nobody knows about? The floor is made out of concrete. It wouldn't be possible. We also checked the fences and there weren't any holes. And taking a ship won't be possible either. The Summerset docks were designed for shipments on large ships. So taking a small boat that wouldn't be noticeable. It's not impossible, but it would be very difficult. And even more difficult if whoever did that tried not to get caught while doing it. I'm already off by reading this because a lot of hours have passed, but yeah. But according to Charlotte's opinion, the murderer must have left the docks by noon and have been in the alley. Sorry to interrupt you, but I wouldn't be so sure. Let's say that was just my conjecture. Oh, okay, so according to Charlotte's conjecture, the murderer would have left the docks and come back at least once today. If you're sure that nobody left during the day, as of now I got to say that Derek, the truck driver looks the most suspicious. I don't exactly know what the security protocol there is like because I've never been there. Maybe a detective could find out what details we were missing. Leave me to it, I'll do my best. Thanks, we'll help you as much as we can. Now that we found Connor Carter's blood on the wire, it's impossible to consider the murders that happened inside and outside of the docks completely separate. How did the murderer go in and out of the docks without being noticed by anybody? I should see if there were any errors or loopholes in the entry logs at the docks. We don't have much time, but again, she's finishing it by the same sentence. That's what's bothering me. Okay, so the last one. Come to think of it, there was someone who was looking for you. Wait. Mary, I'm out. No pills. Mary, please. Everyone's waiting for you. Pills. He said he's out of pills and everyone's waiting for you. There must be a problem then. Did the guy tell you anything else? I don't think so. He didn't look good and Ben said it might have been withdrawals. If he was shaking like he had caught a bad cold, then you're probably right. I'm sorry, I should have given them the pills, but you know what happened. It's not your fault, Neil. Don't apologize for things like that. It's best to take the pills at regular intervals, but things like this mean that it will have to wait. You know, these things take a long time, a really long time. So you're going to keep helping them, Charlotte? I don't think the damage done can be fully healed, but I can't give up now. Someone needs to repent and someone needs to help them. I'm a doctor under an oath, after all. Charlotte, after everything's done, I'll help you too. If you want to do that, go study a bit more and come back with a college degree. But you can't keep in contact with all of them with just a single representative like this. I don't have any more work that I can leave to underqualified helpers. I don't think they'll be fine just relying on illegal prescriptions anymore, though. I would say the things you need first to help them isn't employing a detective with a college degree, but you coming back to society as a free woman. And then you will be able to make the vaccine, and you will also get to report this incident to more doctors. Make a vaccine for drugs? Basically, they're addicts with who are basically withdrawing because they're not getting their dose. How the heck would a vaccine help? They just need, I don't know, well, let's say not take any drugs for quite a while. And yeah, I don't know how that works, but not vaccines. You know that, don't you? You can solve this problem on your own. Exactly, I know what you mean. How do you think you can come back, and when? If Carville is sent to jail and Summerset turns back to what it was like before. But would that be possible? I'll make that happen, I swear. Turning Summerset back to the way it was, you know. 10 years have passed already, arresting Carville won't do the trick. But you said the police suddenly turned strange 10 years ago, didn't you? That would mean that it should be possible to revert the damage done like that. That's very hopeful. I don't really like to think that way, but maybe it really is possible. Kelvin Foster is gone, but his daughter is here. That will come back soon too, once we solve this case. Yes, I hope so too. Charlotte is close to revealing what a mystery poison is, and that will help crack the cipher that hasn't been cracked for the last 10 years. If I can get Cardwell as soon as we get to the docks, I should follow Nail and head to the dockyard. We'll catch the murderer there. Well, should we get going? They're all waiting for us. Yes, we should hurry. Ben, you're coming with me, right? A good assistant should always accompany the detective. Right, let's go. Okay, so yeah, I will be ending the episode here. I can't read any longer properly, basically. So I think, yeah, it should be enough for now. So, thanks for watching and see you at the next episode when we're at the docks. Bye.